What is up, guys? I'm Uriel Soto, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create your header and footer using Elementor for free. Now, I have done a lot of videos on this in the past, but I recently found out a new method of creating your header and footer for free, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So we're going to be creating a header that looks just like this, and you'll actually be able to create a sticky header along with it. And then we're going to be creating our footer as well. Now, this is all completely free using the free version of Elementor. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and learn how to do that, go ahead and stick around. So let's begin. Now, the first thing that we need to do is download a plugin. So head over to your dashboard, go into plugins, and then click on add new. And then go ahead and type in Elementor header. And then right at the bottom here, you'll see a plugin called Boostify Header Footer Builder for Elementor. Go ahead and install this. And then activate it. I'll have a link to this in the description as well. So once you have installed it and activated, you're going to see a menu here called Boostify Header Footer. Now go ahead and click on that. Now we're going to be able to add our header and our footer. Now the first thing that we're going to add is our header. So go ahead and click on add new. And then go ahead and name your template. So I'm going to name this header, because this is going to be my header for my website. And then I'm going to go ahead and select header, because this is going to be a header. But you're also able to choose footer and sub mega menu. I'll probably be making a video on a mega menu using this plugin later on. And then we want to display this header on all the pages. So go ahead and click on all. But you are able to show this header on specific pages as well. So you can go ahead and choose page, and then just go ahead and search for your page. Maybe it's your home page, you only want to show this header, and you can go ahead and just add it on there. But for this video, I'm going to go ahead and add it on all my pages. And then you also have the option to not display this on specific pages. So you can go ahead and maybe click on page and just choose a specific page that you don't want this header to show. But I'm going to go ahead and just make sure it's set to select, so then I don't have anything selected. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on create template. Now, I did want to go ahead and go through this just because you are probably going to get the same error. And I wanted to make sure that you guys can overcome this. Basically, this plugin only works on specific themes. So I know pretty much a workaround this. Just in case this plugin doesn't work on your theme, you're gonna have to first use a hello theme. I'm gonna actually go back here, and then I'm gonna go into appearance and then go to themes. Now I would suggest using the hello theme, just so then you can create your header, and then once you have created your header, you can revert back to your other theme and it might still work. But that's just how I got it to work with the Cadence theme. But if you guys don't know how to find the hello theme, just go ahead and click on add new, and then go ahead and search for hello. And then you're going to want to install this plugin here and just activate it. Now I'm going to go ahead and activate this one here, and I'm going to make sure that this is my default theme here. So now that that's all set, I'm going to go back into a Boostify header, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on edit with Elementor. Now if you're already using the hello theme or maybe the Astra theme, probably a theme that's more supported, you won't have this issue. So once you're in this area here, we're gonna go ahead and just add our header. So I'm gonna go ahead and create 3 columns. My first column is gonna be my logo, my middle column is gonna be my menu, and my third column is probably gonna be a search. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into my elements, and I'm gonna scroll all the way down here. And now Boostify comes with their own elements here. So the first one I'm going to choose is my logo, and I'm going to add it in there. Now that's automatically going to pull the logo that I set on my theme. Now if you don't know how to do that, let me go ahead and show you guys how to do that real quick. So once you're in your website dashboard, or you're in your front end, you can go ahead and click on customize, and then go to site identity, and then set your site logo. And that's basically going to pull that logo from here. And that's how it's going to show your logo here. So let me just go ahead and go back. So now that we have that set, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this logo a bit just by dragging my column over. And then I'm going to scroll all the way down, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my nav menu, and I'm going to just drag it in here. Now, not to worry, the reason why it's doing this is because we need to choose our menu. So over here in menu, go ahead and click on select menu, and then choose your website menu. Mine is called main menu. And then I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit larger so this entire menu can fit. And I'm going to bring this over about to here because my search area isn't going to be too large. Now I just want to shift this over to the right. So on the line, just make sure you do click on your menu here, and then on the alignment, go ahead and choose your right, so then I can add this to the right, and then click on your column here, and then set this to the vertical alignment to the middle. Now we have that set to middle, and you should probably do the same thing for your logo. And then now I'm going to go ahead and add a search area here. Now you are able to add different things as well. You can add a search, a button there, or you can go ahead and add a cart as well. But for this video, I'm going to go ahead and just add a little search. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start customizing this search here. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on my column here, and then I'm going to set this to the middle. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on my search. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose a different icon. I would want to choose this icon, but I've noticed it doesn't work, which is fine. And then so I'm going to go ahead and choose this one instead. And then I'm going to leave this to the left, but you can also align it to the middle as well. And I might scoot this over a bit more. And then I'm going to go into my styling here. And this is where things get a little bit interesting because we're able to actually style it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the typography. And then I'm going to make my icon here bigger. Probably about this size. And I'm just going to go ahead and change the color of this. I'm going to make this black. Or maybe a sort of gray. Let's see, that'll work. Now you will notice that you'll have this really ugly, let me go ahead and click on this search again. Now you will notice that we have this really ugly color here that I don't really like. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on background. So make sure you click on background type. And then on your color, just go ahead and make that white. Now, as you can tell, that's going to remove that color there. Now that's perfect. Now once we click on this, you'll see that we'll have this little search bar and people can search. That's perfect. So now that's all set. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this hover effect here. I really don't like the color of it. Now you are able to have a different pointer for this hover effect. So you can have an overline here, which this is kind of cool if that's something that you want to have. You can also have an underline, which is at the bottom. And you can have a background if that's something that you want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and remove this altogether. And then I'm going to go into my style. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to hover. And I'm going to make this hover maybe a blue hover. Maybe a lighter blue. A little bit lighter. That should work. So now I have this at a blue color because that kind of goes with my website. And let's go to normal. And the black is kind of too black for me. So let me go ahead and make this a little bit lighter. Maybe a little lighter black. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now that's looking great. Now let me go see how this looks like on my website. And then I'm going to go to home. And as you can tell, now it's looking great. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this is mobile optimized. So I'm going to go ahead and first go to tablet. And I'm going to see how that looks. Now, I don't really like how my search here is all the way to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give this more spacing. So I'm going to move this one over a bit. Probably about that size is fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and work with this column here. I'm going to make it about, let's see, let me just drag this over to the side here. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as is. Let's see. Now, maybe I'll actually add some spacing to the side of each one. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my section here. And then I'm going to go into advanced. And then from here, from the left side, I'm going to move it over a bit, probably to about 20. I'm going to do 20 on each side. There we go. So I think that's perfect there. And our menu here seems to look really good. I actually honestly like this sidebar menu. I think it's really cool for mobile. Not a lot of the menus have this. As far as when you're even using the Pro version, it's kind of different. So I really like this. But we are able to customize this, which is really cool. So if you go into, go ahead and first click on, make sure you click on your menu here. And then click on this just so then we can open this up. And then go into mobile menu. And we can go ahead and remove this logo here. As you can tell now, we remove that, and we can also remove this search, which I think honestly it looks a lot better just having the menu. The logo might look good. I think the logo can look good. Honestly, we'll just leave it. That's fine. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just add this, remove this hover effect here, because I honestly don't like the color of that. So I'm gonna go to Style, and then go to Menu Mobile Style. And then I'm going to go into hover. Then over here where it says sub menu color, let's go ahead and switch that around. Maybe that'll work. There we go. Let me drag this over here a bit, and there we go. So now we have the same color here. So now that's looking good, and I kind of want a lighter gray to this. I think that would be better. Let me go ahead and actually switch it over here. It should be this one here. There we go. Okay, so now that's looking perfect. Now let's go ahead and fix this on our mobile version. All right, now clearly this does not look good. Now what I want to have is the logo to the left and the rest of my menus here on the right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and click on my column here, and then I'm going to shrink my column, and then I'm going to keep making it a little bit bigger. I'm thinking about, let's see. I'm thinking about 20 would be fine. Maybe a little bit bigger than that, but we'll adjust that later on. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this again. And then I'm going to go ahead and make this search bar here. That should be fine. And then I'm going to use this column here, the middle one, and I'm going to drag it over just by making it a column bigger. Oh, okay. Now we can remove the spacing. Now I know that if we click on this section and we go to the spacing here, we can remove that spacing that we added earlier. Then I'm going to click on my column here, and I can expand this a little bit more. And I'm just going to make this column a little bit smaller just so that it can fit. There we go. Okay. I think that works perfectly. Now we are able to change the color of this mobile menu here. So the toggle icon color, we can change this to red or any color that we may want. Maybe we want to even move this to blue, right? We can do that as well. But I'm going to go ahead and actually leave it how it was. So I'm going to leave this at black, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to make sure this is also set to the same color here. There we go. And that's all set up perfectly. Now let me go ahead and save this, and let's go ahead and view this on our website. And now I'm going to go ahead and click on inspect, and I'm going to drag this over here, and let's see how this looks. Wow, perfect, looking good. And that's also looking good as well. All right, everything's looking great. Now, if you want to learn how to create a sticky header, let me just go through it a little bit here. I will have a video on this where I go through it a little bit more in depth. But basically, you can go ahead and click on your section here and then go into sticky header. Whenever you use the plugin that we're using for our header, which is called Boostify, it automatically adds a section here on your advanced. Whenever you click on your section, it adds this part here where you're able to add a sticky header. So you can go ahead and click on enable, and then go ahead and click on update. Now you will notice some issues with this though. There is a spacing. So basically what you'll do is you can go into your home page, and you can go ahead and add you can go ahead and bring this to the top just by doing a negative. Now that's something you can do to fix that issue. Now that's just something that I wanted to show you guys really quick. I'll probably have a solution on this later on. But as you can tell, now we have our sticky header here. You might not have this issue with your current theme or your website, but if you do come across this, that would be the way to fix it. I'll definitely have a video going over that more in depth. Probably a better solution to that. But let me go over now how to edit your footer. So what we want to do, I'm going to go ahead and actually remove the sticky here. Let me go ahead and get out of my home page here, and I'm going to click on my section here, and I'm going to remove the sticky. And then I'm going to go into my website here, and I'm going to make sure that I remove this margin here, just so that it all fits perfectly. And there we have it. Okay, so now we just need to add our footer. So head over to your dashboard and then go into Boostify header, and then go ahead and click on add new, and then go ahead and type in footer, and then I'm going to go ahead and select footer. Make sure this is selected a footer, very important. And I'm going to have this display on all pages, and I pretty much want this on all pages, so I'm not really going to go ahead and choose this option here. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on create template. Okay, so now we're just going to want to add our footer here. Now, the first thing I'm going to add is the first section here. Now my section is probably going to consist of probably just 2 columns here. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So pretty much the first column is just going to be my logo and then a little about us. So I'm going to go ahead and add my logo here. And don't worry, I'll minimize this. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some text here. And that's fine. That's actually, I wanted lorem ipsum, so that's perfect. I'm going to make the logo a little bit smaller here. Actually, what I'm going to do instead, let's see if I can do. What I'm going to do instead, since I can't really adjust the sizing of this, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And then I'm going to go ahead and just add an image here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my logo image here. And then I'm just going to make my logo here a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my nav menu here. I'm going to scroll all the way down. And then I'm going to grab my nav menu. I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to click on this. Oop, this wasn't it right here. Let's go all the way down. Let's go to nav menu. Here we go. And let's go ahead and choose main menu. And then let's go ahead and bring this down to the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and click on my menu here, and I'm going to add this to the right. I'm going to remove this hover effect. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and add I'm actually going to add another column. I'm going to drag this all over here. Drag this over here. And then I'm going to add some social links right over here. I'm going to bring this down to the middle. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on my social links here. And then I'm going to go into style. And then I'm going to click on custom. And I'm going to remove some of the background colors. I think it should be this one. Oh, no, this one is going to have to be set to white. So let's go ahead and move that over and have that one set to white. And the primary color, we're going to go ahead and bring this all the way down. And then maybe set this to black so you're able to see it. And then I'm going to adjust the sizing of these so it could fit. That's perfect. Okay. Now I may actually make this a little bit smaller here. And I'm going to add some spacing to this. So I'm going to click on my section here and then go to advanced. And I'm going to adjust the padding of this. So from the top, we're going to do about 30. And from the bottom, we'll do 30 as well. Okay, that's perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I'm just going to go ahead and look at my website so I know what type of color I should use for the bottom. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and actually use this background color here. So I'm going to just use my color picker. Now I'm going to grab this here. And then I'm going to click on my section here. And then I'm going to go to Style. And I'm going to make it that color here. There we go. Now don't mind my logo. I know my logo doesn't fit, doesn't work here because it's not transparent. But if it was transparent, you wouldn't see this white. So that's fine. I'm not really going to go through that in the video, removing that. But that would probably be a different video if you guys don't know how to do that. So then I'm going to go ahead and actually grab this color here that we're using. And I probably should start saving these colors here into my palettes, but I haven't done that. But you are able to do that here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and then I'm going to add it in here. But if you guys don't know how to save your colors, you can just click on this plus sign here and then just add the color. You can even name it now with the new update. But I'm going to leave it as that. So I think we'd have to choose a new color. Maybe call this blue or something. All right, there we go. Okay. So now I'm going to leave that at blue, and I'm going to probably make this a little bit more gray here. It's fine. Okay. So now from here, we just need to add our last section here. And this is just our little bar here at the bottom, which is just going to have our copyright and our privacy and our terms and conditions. So it's actually going to be 2 columns. Just this having this section here is probably one of the most important parts, because that is what basically makes your footer here. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a list here. So I'm going to find a list. I'm going to add it in here. And then I'm going to make sure that the layout is set to inline. So the first one is going to be our copyright. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab, I think actually we might have a copyright right under here. So I can go ahead and grab this actually. This actually works instead. I'm going to go ahead and use this. Or you know what? I'm going to grab this. And then I could just delete this as well. But you're able to use that. It's totally up to you. I just want some things separated. So I'm going to go ahead and click on inline. And I'm going to do copyright at my website. Whatever your website name is, I'm just going to put my website. And then I'm going to, of course, remove these icons here. All right, that's fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove this icon, and I'm going to remove this one. Now this one would just be privacy. Now this will be my privacy policy. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a line in between these. So I'm going to go to style, and then I'm going to add a little divider here. So that's perfect there. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some credit here on the right. I might end up just grabbing this one and pasting it in here. And then shifting this to the right here. And I'm going to remove this and just put website created by Uriel Soto. Okay. Now I could even link this to my website if I wanted to. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on this bar here. And then I'm going to go to my style, and I'm going to add a little background to this. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a darker background. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this color here that we're using for our text. Now, of course, I should probably be using this color for my text here as well. So I'm actually going to change that. So I'm going to click on this and then just make it that color. And then probably just do the same thing here. There we go. I'll leave this as blue. I think that's fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to my background style here. So click on your section and then go to style and then go to color. And then just go ahead and add your color there. Now that might not be the right color there that I want to use. But you know what? I think that works. And then I'm going to go ahead and make this white. So I'm going to go to my text and I'm going to make this white. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on this one here. And then I'm going to go to style and also go to my text and make this white. There we go. And I'm going to add some spacing to this section. So I'm going to click on this section here, go to advanced. And then over here at the top here, I'm going to probably do about 20. No, you know what? That's too much. Do about 10 and then 10 at the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and click update. Now, if we were to scroll down, we could see our footer here. So now that's looking great. Now I'm going to go ahead and mobile optimize this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on tablet. Now, as you can tell, our bottom bar here is looking good. I think that works. But we do have to fix all of this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on this section here. And I'm going to add some spacing from the right and left. So I'm going to probably leave the same spacing above. I'm going to do 20 actually instead of 30 that I did last time. And then I'm going to move this over about 30 each side. I think that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and click on this menu. Okay, so I'm going to leave this. I'm just going to go ahead and move this one. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and make this column here a little smaller. So click on this column and then go ahead and just start adding some spacing to make this larger. Leave it about to that. I just honestly want to make this area shorter so then I can make this one bigger. So click on this column here and then go ahead and just make this area a little bigger. And then move this one over all the way to the edge. That's fine. That still works anyway. Okay, so that works perfectly. Now, if you want, you can even, instead of having this to the side, what you could do is actually make this one a little bit smaller here. And then just adjust this one here. And that might work a little bit better instead. That is totally up to you. Okay, so now from here, I'm going to go into my mobile. And then a lot of this isn't too bad, so we can definitely work with this. So the logo is fine, and this text is fine as well, but you can also adjust the sizing as well. You click on this, and then just the sizing of your text. I'm going to leave it like that. I think that's pretty good. And then my logo size is pretty good as well. Can probably leave it about the same. And then my menu here, I'm going to go ahead and just add this to the middle. So click on your menu and then just go into your mobile menu and then just shift this to the middle here. Oh, I think it's this one here. There we go. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, now that's good. And then our social links are fine there in the middle. That's fine as well. Now we just need to adjust our copyright area. So go ahead and click on your text here and then just align this to the center from going to style. And then same thing over here, go to your style and then go to the center. And there we go, now you have it. Now that's perfect there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and click on update. And then I'm gonna go to my website here. And there we go, now it's looking all great. Here we can go ahead and inspect this and just make sure that it's all looking good on mobile. And it looks good there. Yep, everything looks perfect. Okay. Alright, now that is basically it for this video. If you guys did find it helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, just make sure to comment down below and I'll definitely try to help you guys out. Now, as always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next video.